Evet, burası Bursa Botanik Park.
So this is the Bursa Botanic Park. We are in the place that we come every morning and do the reading circles of beautiful meditative thinking and read our books. Here we have had interesting memories, very strange and thought-provoking memories. Following is one of those experiences. One day, we had come here to participate a reading program. In the mornings we read together. I had also read a lot, went around and then sat at the bank. While sitting there I saw a person running. He was running continuously and then he approached me and sat next to me. He asked me, "What are you doing?" I replied, "I am reading." Then he said, "Why are you reading those books?" I was surprised he said that. I wasn't expecting such a reaction. When I replied these are books describing our purpose of creation, they explain fully the truth behind why we are sent to this world, our life's purpose, etc. He had a sarcastic smile on his face. He said, "Why were we created then? What does that book tell us?" I replied, "Mankind. This is the book of the universe and people are sent to this world in order to read it. He is sent to know his Lord, to serve him." Then he said, "This is a religious point of view and could be a philosophy of life. You are saying it this way because you are looking at the world from this perspective." He said, "That is your opinion." But he said, "The question I asked was why? Are you trying to impose your personal opinion, your own philosophy of life on others? Your expectations from life could be this. You could think that reason you are sent to this world for this reason, and you could be living for that end. But why do you explain these to others and call them to your opinions? Why are you trying to impose your own truths on others? Why do you try to inculcate your own philosophy of life in other people?" I paused for a while and realized that the man knows actually what we read, for what purpose, how and why we are advancing this cause of ours. He means, isn't it possible to leave everyone alone with their own truths? Why don't you leave everyone with their own philosophy of life? Let them live as they wish. Why are trying to impose your own philosophy of life on them? You may look at life from a religious perspective, but everyone's perspective is different. When he said, and also everyone's expectation from life is different. Why are you trying to do something like this? Isn't it possible for you to leave everyone with their own truths, to leave them free? I replied, "A human is a machine. He is such a machine that for sure there has to be a prospectus, a way, a method of using this machine. How is that? There can't be everyone's separate truth. If this machine is one, there is only one purpose in the creation of this machine, one goal of its use. The truths of this machine is only one." "How do you mean?" I said, "Now, suppose that 5 or 6 friends, we are walking around together. While we walk in the Botanic Park, we have seen a machine just on the shoulder of the road. Our friends started making remarks on the machine and argued about it. One of them said this is a mowing machine. Another said, how can it be? No, this is a machine to drill in walls. Yet, another said this is a machine to cut the asphalt. Another, no, this is a machine to cut trees, so on and so forth. We started arguing. The argument kept going to the point that everyone began trying to impose his own truths on others. Then, one of our friends said, "Friends, guys, why are we arguing and breaking the hearts of others? Let us be a little democratic. Isn't it possible to leave everyone with his own truths, with his own comments and explanations, and philosophy of life?" I said, "If we say at this point, it is all right for us. Let us leave everyone with his own truths. Do you think it would be all right? If a man takes this machine and starts to drill in the wall, the other cut the asphalt with the same machine, yet Anther starts cutting a tree, another mowing the grass. Would that be proper? What happens to the machine? It would be broken, destroyed, goes into junk heap. Then what should we do? What has to happen?" I just got an idea. We said, since the one who manufactured it knows it better, and that knowing person would talk about it. What did we do first? First, we took the machine into our hands and examined it. We read the label on it to figure out as to who made it. Then we went straight to the factory to find out which engineer designed it and which master fabricated it, constructed it. We went and located the craftsman. We said, "Sir, for God's sake, we have argued a lot. We kept arguing as to the purpose of this machine. Please, tell us, why did you create this machine? He told us his own life philosophy, his opinion, his own truths. So ours went into drain. Since the one who makes it knows better, the man has the real answer. And there would be no word over his word. His is the last word. Then, this is the formula. Since even for a simple machine, the reason why it was made, what purpose it serves, why it was designed this way, the person who made it knows it. Since he knows it, he would speak. First we found the maker of a machine. Then we asked him why he made it. Now, we have come to the question of man, the most perfect machine on the face of the earth. Man is a fantastic machine. So, first of all, we have to read the trademark of this machine. We have to know the manufacturer. Afterwards, we have to ask why and for what purpose he had created this machine. Now, everyone might have an expectation from life. Everyone might have a philosophy of life. Everyone might have a different lifestyle. Isn't it necessary to be curious about what the expectation of a maker from my life, along with everyone's expectation from life? That is to say, if you are working in a factory, you would have an expectation from that factory. But the real issue here is the expectation of the owner of the factory from you. For that reason, he had hired you in that job. For that reason, he gives you a salary. From the moment you could not respond to his expectations, you would be put outside the door. You would be worthless, and your salary would terminate. So, since the one who makes it would know, the one who knows would speak, the question is, who made this machine of man? At this point, he was listening curiously, He was not expecting such a response. Now, we are going to investigate who made this machine of man. What we see is that we are breathing. Praise the Lord. Our lung is in perfect harmony with the air, and the air perfectly fits our lung. Therefore, we conclude that it is obvious whoever has created the air, it is he who installed the lungs. Our eyes are designed in such a way to be able to perceive all shades of colors. Whoever designed all these colors on the face of the earth, he is the one who installed these eyes here. Our ears are created to distinguish all the nuances between voices and noises. Then, therefore, whoever has created the voices, he is the one who placed these ears there. Our lives, our bodies are distilled, percolated from all the universe. Whatever the number of elements in the world, all of them are represented in human bodies. This life is designed as if it was the fruit of the tree of universe. Then the one who is not the owner, who does not own the entire universe, cannot create my life and maintain it, sustain it. Then my creator is the owner of this universe. Now we have found the owner, the maker and the artisan of this machine, right? Since the one who makes it knows it, of course the one who knows would speak. We are going to ask him why he has created me. What is his expectation of me? We are going to ask, why have you sent me this world? He is in turn, through the books and the prophets that he has sent, declares the purpose of our creation. He has also written into our nature why we are sent to this world. So, I am explaining along that line. He interrupted and asked, all right then, what does our Creator say about the reason for our creation? Do you remember we had said the one who makes it knows it? Of course, the one who knows would speak. Then what does he say? Why were we sent to this world? Why did we come here? And why are we living, etc.? I replied, we are sent here in order to read the book of the universe. When I said that one more time, he burst into laughter. Aha! Are you saying a hallucination? What book? That means, are you saying this world, this nature in the form of a book? He said. I replied, what is a book? Isn't it a writing to express a meaning? Does it matter in what alphabet it is written? Some people would write with a picture alphabet, some write it with Chinese characters, some do it through names, and some others write them with the concrete body of things. Now, writing with the pictures of things and line them up is considered a writing. Isn't it a writing the creation itself, line up the created things into this universe? Isn't it a book as well? I am asking you. Looking at me aimlessly, he became puzzled. So, what did he expect? Maybe he was expecting in his mind and saying to himself, now he will say religious sentences, and I will refute them. I will leave the discussion. But he was surprised when he came across logical explanations. I said, for instance, there are medical books investigating the human body. there are library full of books on medicine. Even if you gather together all the medical books in this world and fill the city of Bursa with them, would they fill the whole city? Yes, it would. If we make a library out of Bursa, maybe it could not contain all medical books in the world. I said, I am asking you, from which book were written all the medical books of the world library full of books? Weren't they written by researching this human body? It is written from this book. If someone has taken a summary from my book and has written his own book, derived certain things from it, and deny what I have written it, wouldn't this be a denial of himself? That is to say, denying that this universe is a book, this human body is a book. Wouldn't that be a denial of all the libraries filled with books written by investigating about the human body? I said, there are books filling libraries written about the bees. All the books are written from a book of the bee. Would it be possible to deny the book of the bee after admitting that all the others are books? So, likewise, the universe is also a book. Now we have come to the issue of the reason, the purpose of the creation of the humans, that only the Creator sets it for him, then this universe was designed as a book. Now we have come to find out who the address of this book is. I said, suppose while you are on a mountain walking among a flock of sheep, you found a book. Would you ask yourself which sheep has dropped this book, or rather ask which shepherd has dropped it? Pause for a moment. He said, of course, I would say which shepherd did. Why is that? Isn't it possible for a sheep to drop it? That book would require a conscious being as addressee. This cannot be anything other than being the book of a conscious being. The book cannot belong to a sheep. It cannot have a non-conscious being as the addressee. Now, since this universe was written as a book, it is decorated with numerous kinds of beauties, then this book also must have a conscious being as addressee. I am asking you, I said, who else other than human beings, with reason, intelligence, abilities, skills to weigh and measure all the beauties, colors, delicacies, perfections of the creation in this universe? Who else has all these organs? Other than human beings, who else exists to be able to read this book of universe? Who else could be created and sent here in order to know the owner of the universe? Can you tell us? As soon as he heard it, he became perplexed even further. He used exactly this expression. I was not expecting such an answer at all. Indeed, I am perplexed very much, he said. And at this point, he accepted what we said. He admitted it was true.